Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 146.
146.
Hot on the heels of episode 145 comes 146. Yes. You can see I've got a lot of little things lying around in front of me here. And you've got that one big thing, of course. Ryan, you're going to be talking a little bit about the YF-19?
The VF-19. I'm going to pop this sucker open, show you what's inside, and we can discuss.
Okay, well I'm going to talk about Gundam Build Fighters. And of course we brought a couple of the MGs on the show, but we haven't looked at the HG line. And I thought, well, we can look at the HG stuff, but more specifically the backpacks, because they're meant to be swapped with a whole bunch of other kits. And we have a whole bunch of kits downstairs.
Is this all the ones called booster?
Boosters and amazing boosters and
super
something
boosters,
others and
cosmic
Build
boosters.
Bark 2 boosters.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to try and swap things around just to see how they work with the HG line. And before we get to that, I might as well talk about the most recent HG. This one came in last week. This is the Strike Rouge. Rouge.
We all love Rouge.
Much like the Airstrike, of course. It's even got the same backpack, but this is the Rouge version of it. And it's kind of slow right now because, well, the Shizuoka Hobby Show is 44 days away.
44 days away.
The countdown is up on Bandai's website now. 44 days.
Slow news day for Bandai.
Well, this month there's the RGXE, but other than that, they don't have like a really big push for something. So they're going to focus on the Hobby Show, Shizuoka.
Well, that's good for us because if there's big news at the show,
we
always prefer it.
Kind of keep it close to the chest, close to the vest, how do you say? As the hobby show approaches, so that there will be those surprises that people are waiting on as much as they can in this day and age of the internet. All right, so before I get busy with the HG swapping, why don't you look at the new Macross?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have the VF-19 with fast pack in 1/60th scale from Arcadia. This is the transforming VF-19, so you get your fighter mode, your Batroid, and your Durwalk. And as you can see, you get a bunch of accessories, especially with that fast pack. Okay, so I've popped this beautiful machine out of its packaging, and it's sizable, actually.
Yes, it is.
I think it stands around 30 centimeters tall once all done, but I'll need to check that. Whoa, it's actually got an incredible nice weight to it.
It's got the die-cast joints.
Yeah. So this is it. It has also got the wings that move back.
Cool.
So for the fast mode. It also has, from what I understand, places for extra rockets in the legs. So yeah, your usual design. But yeah, that's quite cool. Wow, it's such a nice, that's a very nice weight.
That's the thing about these kind of toys is that they feel expensive. Like, you know they're expensive because you're spending a certain amount of money on them. But when you actually feel them, you're like, okay, now I know why. It's like the metal builds, right?
Yeah. And I'm very excited to actually do the transformations. I've done a few. Yeah. I won't be doing that today, but I'm interested to see actually how it feels, how fluid it is. Yeah. Maybe it looks makes me look better than I am at it.
Maybe. You pay for that, Ryan.
This is probably your fast pack, which is all your extra weapons and thrusters for space maneuverability. I understand you can actually keep the fast pack behind the shield in the Durwalk mode. Yeah. Okay, so this is what the kit has. Wings capable of sweeping back for high-speed mode. I mentioned that earlier. Underwing missiles and other weapons. As you can see, an extensive amount of weaponry. Open weapons bay and legs with installed high maneuverability missiles. Gun store gun pod behind the shield in Battleroid mode. Fast pack, which includes several missiles shown in the VF Masters Files VF-19 Excalibur book. Also shown as the open split canopy and wings that sweep back. And also you get the 2 pilot figures, which is Asami with and without his helmet, and Jan Newman for the back seat. So that's everything you get with this baby. So Sid, that's what we have. I'm going to take this baby home. Okay. I'm going to play with her for a week. Yeah. So when I come back, I'll be able to transform her like a pro. Okay. And no one will be able to say anything about me. But Sid.
Oh, they will.
I know.
They'll say some stuff.
It's the internet.
That's right. Yes.
What do you got?
Like I mentioned, I got some backpacks and swapping, and I thought, we'll talk about the Gundam Build Fighters line of HG kits. And I went outside. I went on the internet, on HLJ.com, and they're almost all sold, back ordered. Like, we're still waiting for restocks, except for which one? The Mississippi, which I had floating around here somewhere. I had it floating around here somewhere.
Mississippi, where are you?
Yeah. I was going to build that one and we talk about that with these backpacks, but I realized that the Misasabi has a different kind of build because it's giant backpack of its own, so it might not work as well as I want these to. So instead what I did is I went down to our stash of kits that we have downstairs after 3 years of Gunpla TV, and I got a whole bunch of HG kits here and we are going to take these out and we're just going to practice swapping these out and just see how they work.
Sweet.
How's that sound?
Excellent.
All right. All right, so I think the main idea behind Gundam Build Fighters is that kids are able to swap stuff around, make their own unique kits, and fight them Pokemon style or whatever in their little arenas. And with the HG line, we've got a lot of these backpacks that come separately, and you're meant to build them and then swap them with whatever HG kit you feel like. And that's what we're going to show on the show today. Here, I've got the Dark Matter booster that came with the Dark Matter Exia, but this is separate. I've got the Amazing booster here, which was part of the Amazing Zaku. Yeah, not quite as amazing as the High Mobility Psycho Zaku, but I guess it was pretty cool. And I've got the Build Booster Mark II, which might look familiar because we just talked about the MG Build Gundam last week. And that's the Master Grade version of it. Of course, it's a little bit more complicated in Master Grade form, but HG form, it's represented pretty well. Of course, I haven't put any stickers on here, but we'll play around with this as well. And so to use these, well, I kind of need candidates. So I went down to the pile of Gundams we had downstairs, and I got out a bunch of HG boxes and I brought them up, and I thought, you know what, we're going to find out how they work. So I'm going to move these off here, and we'll talk about the Dark Matter booster first. Now here's the box, and if you look at the art there, it shows a couple of kits all connected there. Now we know that not all HGs are the same. They have different backpacks, some don't have backpacks, some have different connections. And so what Bandai has done with these kits is they have given you little pieces here that you can use for like adapters. So you can plug these in various parts on HG kits. You also can assemble this little arm here and a little part that goes on the back of certain kits that have 2 holes in their back for their backpack. That will work. That's the adapter here. And I don't know if the kits that I picked out today have that, so we're going to find out. So I will get out my instructions. There's my instructions. At the bottom it shows you how to use all the adapters. I'll put that here and enter the first candidate. Let's see if we can get this to work here. Now, I've got a kind of downscaled version of the HG Strike Freedom Gundam. When I was building my HG Strike Freedom, I was doing different tests for colors and arrived at that. So now I'm just going to use these guys and try to get this backpack on here. So I'll move this off the side here. Now, what they say is that on this kit, this booster, you can actually pull this up like so, and you have this adapter or a little part that will plug into the back of a kit. Now, it's not going to work for mine because I noticed that the Strike Freedom has this kind of backpack. This is where you put the Dragoons. So obviously this is not going to work. I'm going to have to use an adapter. Okay. Well, what does Bandai suggest I use? Well, a quick look here. It says that I should use one of these pieces here. So I'll cut it out. There's the part. And also this little arm that assembles like this. So what I need to do is plug this into, where are we here? Plug this in here, like that, and then, like most HG kits, you're going to be able to just pop this off and have this little rod here. You put it on, put this back on, come on you, make sure I got it lined up properly. I probably chose the wrong one. Go, okay. Put this back on. And now I have this thing sticking out of the back, this little protrusion here. Now what I can do is I can actually connect the backpack. Now it connects kind of low here near his waist, of course. But it does bend. It does articulate, and you can see that I can actually put it into different positions here, depending on where I want it. So I can actually put it around like this.
Well, that's not too bad, actually.
It doesn't look too bad. Now, we're used to seeing the Strike Freedom with giant backpacks, so this kind of goes with that. There he is. There's my Strike Freedom. Now, I'll quickly move on to another one here. Let me just clean up my mess. So the next one we're going to look at, sorry, Strike Freedom, Dark Matter. Next one we're going to look at is the Amazing Booster. Now the Amazing Booster is meant to go with the Zaku. So if you look at this box, you can see it's got a Zaku 1. What's that guy? Zaku, Goof. So this is key here. And there was one image I saw here. Here we are, with that new black TriStar Zaku that came out like 2 months ago. I don't have that one built, but I do have the Shin Matsunaga, the white one. Another one of the HGs that we've got sitting around downstairs. So here's Mr. Shin Matsunaga. I really, really, really like this kit. And now he's going to get a little bit of an upgrade. Oh, sorry, buddy. So opening up the Amazing Booster pack, I got to take out the instructions. Tell me what I got to do here. Oh my, it looks craziness. Like that. And now, once again, you're looking at extra parts on the runners, which will allow you to swap this stuff around. So, what's the first thing I'm going to do here? Well, I'm going to take this off, take these off here. And, oh, that's kind of cool. What I can do is actually pop off this piece and pop this on here like so. Boom. There he is. Of course, if I want to pop off the shoulder armor with the spikes, it's a different type of connection, but I do have an adapter for that if I want to. That's where these little pieces come in. You can kind of see they look like that ball joint. So I can swap those if I want as well. Okay. Now, oh, you can do that too. Too much stuff. Let's pull this stuff off here. This gun comes off. Of course, you can hold it. Come on, you. Come on, you. You're kind of being left with just the basic part of it here. Now, pull that off. That off. What I'm interested in is this piece. There you go. This little adapter here I'll cut off. And it's actually made for connecting here somehow, like so. Alright, so I take this little adapter, I plug it in here, and now this acts as some kind of shield / weapon here, so it plugs in just the same way that we're used to seeing the Zakus and whatever else hold their Zaku machine guns and bazookas, everything else. So here we go. Get on in there like so. Okay, now I gotta do one more thing to this guy because the Amazing Booster, when you see this, these look like, well, they look like legs, right? These look like Zaku legs with this shape. But here they're telling you to do something a little bit different here. Now, it involves this little adapter. It's very small, but you can plug it in here like so. And then if you take off this part here, come on you, put on their other little ball joint adapter. You can actually plug this in here like so. Now, it kind of looks like it's got claws, like these open up.
Yeah.
So I guess that is kind of cool, but I kind of prefer the spiky shoulder. But there you go, Mr. Shin Matsunaga has got his Amazing Booster pack on. Don't you think he looks amazing? No comment. Okay. I'll move that to the side now. Got one more to talk about here. One more experiment to do. Now here it is. The Build Booster from the Mark K2. Here's the package. You can see it's got the Zeta there, and also the RX-782. Now I don't have an RX-782 normal release, but I do have one here. It's this guy. Ooh, a 7-Eleven exclusive,
yeah.
RX-782 that I picked up some time ago. So here he is. We're gonna use this guy, and we'll see what this guy says to do now. So I imagine it's gonna be very, very similar to what I did with the Strike Freedom. Like if you were to use those kind of adapters, it would probably be the easiest way. So hold on here. You can see, here's my, it says HGCE Gundam, normal Gundam, sold separately, but it has you just plug it right into the back here. Well, you know what, that's even easier. Maybe this is the easiest one because there is the hole it plugs into. There's a poly cap in there. So really, Bandai, that's all I have to do? Oh, you're awesome. So I just take this out. I guess I'll turn these down so they're not in the way. And you can see this little adapter here. This piece actually comes out, so you can like swap it with different adapters, I think. And we'll just plug it right into the back there. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everybody.
That easy?
Yeah, actually it's that easy. Nice. Okay, so there's the RX-72. Now any Zaku, any Gundam kit that has that kind of central poly cap in the middle of its backpack, you'll be able to just plop this on like normal. But it is just like the master grade version in that you can take the parts off the booster. You can take the weapons off and put it in his hand if you like. You can do any of that. But for now, I think he looks pretty cool like this. So you can see we've got the RX-72 with the build booster pack. We've got the Shin Matsunaga Zaku 2 with the Zaku Amazing booster. And we've got the Strike Freedom with the Dark Matter. There you go. Now I'm ready to take them into the Gundam Build Fighter arena and fight them. All right, there you go, Ryan. A little sample of how to use the parts that come with the
It's pretty
the
cool they
boosters
allow you
and
to
the
swap
Zaku
stuff.
Amazings and
If you're into the HG.
yeah, and if you're into the idea of kit bashing or even the Gundam Build Fighters anime where the kids are kind of doing that, it's nice that Bandai allows you to do it yourself rather easily instead of being really good at modding. Like people who are really good with their modeling skills can do this on their own. But those of us who are not,
talking about modern and questions. Someone asked Sid.
Yeah.
Biohazard Jack Sun 63. Dear HobbyLink TV, for Sid, get back to your kit bash.
My kit bash, the Mallard, yes, the
Mallard. Life is complicated.
Life is complicated. Well, to be honest with you, I see it quite often, sitting there on my desk or in a box beside my desk, and I keep thinking, I'm going to get the time to do that. However, just recently, it turns out that I'm moving. So my number one priority right now is putting things into boxes, not taking them out of boxes.
That's kind of why Sid has given away some of his older kits, because we're just making space for his house move.
I can't take everything with me as much as I want. So yeah, once I get settled in my new place, and I can figure out what kind of space I have to work and all that stuff, and how many neighbors I have that are going to be angry when I start stinking up the joint, I can get back to the modding and things.
The Mallard will be back.
Yes.
We haven't forgotten about it.
No, I really want to finish it. It's just life sometimes says, hey, you know that
Ryan
recreational activity you were doing? Stop it.
Okay.
All right.
Next guy.
What else do you have for questions?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Holy beep. That Neo Zeong. Now, Sid.
Yes. Actually, I have some questions about
Sid
the Neo.
has some questions
as well. Can I read them too?
Hit him.
Okay, Slater for you. This is all from HobbyLink TV. Yours are from YouTube, yeah? It says, hey Sid, wanted to ask if you were inspired to kit bash the Super Zaku and Goof Custom together because they're a popular kit bash combo, or did you think of doing it on your own before ever seeing any of the other kit bash variants people did? The answer to that is they both arrived at the same time and I actually had them in my hand the same day as I was building them, and I went, oh, glunk, and I thought, oh, kit bash. Okay, he continues. Also for the Neo Zeong. It would be the biggest kit Bandai releases for a mobile suit, mobile armor. Makes me sad that they give the Neo Zeon attention, and yet the Nue Zeal still has yet to see a 144th release, just like the GPO3 did. And I carry on with more comments about that giant thing, which we're going to talk about in a second. VGM Studios says, so what do you guys think of that huge Gundam that was shown recently? And Vital Blurs commented, he says, that massive Neo Zeon looks like a chicken stuck in a full body cast. And that's a very astute observation. Ryan, what did you think about that thing when you saw those images?
Let's throw some pictures on screen, and we can discuss.
Okay.
But, well, the one image is the correspondence to the Strike Freedom.
Yes, the comparison in size.
Now, you built that.
I did. We built it here on Gunpla TV.
And it was
monstrous.
Sizable.
Yeah, it's 40 centimeters tall, and I think like 50, somewhat 60 centimeters wide when you open up those funnels. Yeah.
All I want to say, Sid, is OMG.
Yeah, it's dwarfed by the the next big thing.
I mean, we were discussing it just in the office with some of the other guys. Like, we're just wondering about the packaging, the box size, and also just the size of the plastic pieces. Was those big spikes?
Yep. Well, when you look at like the HG Kshatriya, and you have to build those binders or whatever, and you basically get two runners with these giant pieces in there, and those are only half the size or less of those spikes you're looking at on this thing. So It's either going to be like mega size pieces,
Yeah, that's
mega
what I'm
size
thinking.
pieces of one big runner with one big binder on it, or you might actually have to do some construction in there. I don't know which is better or worse actually.
Well,
the more parts they make it, the more expensive it becomes.
And
it's
that's what
already
I'm
expensive.
thinking. Like the price point is pretty high.
Yes, but that might be
wonder-
mostly due to size, not the amount of
Yeah.
pieces. So that's what we have to determine when we start seeing runners and when it actually shows up in our hands.
You think it'll be at the Shizuoka?
Well, you can see in the images that we've been showing off to people that they have presented it in some kind of events. So I'm thinking we will probably see this in Shizuoka, and we'll have a better idea of just what goes into this giant contraption.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Chicken in full body cast.
Actually, that's all the questions I have. So,
Yeah.
do you have a winner?
Yes, I do. Okay, so the winner of episodes 145.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
To interrupt you.
Oh,
Because I brought up the VF-19,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to add this to Sid's.
Okay, well, let's talk about what we're going to give away
Okay.
to the next winner after we
Okay.
discuss this winner.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
episode 145, there was 313 comments, and random number generator. Once again, I asked him for some help, and he came through. He says number 230 is the winner.
Uh-huh.
All right, and that is a gentleman by the name of Luxus. So Luxus, you're going to get the, I got it right here, in the box, Super Zaku and Goof combo.
Yes.
Yeah, we showed it last time. Yeah, 2 kits in 1. So you're going to get that. And his comment was, hey guys, what are your thoughts on the new Gundam series? To me, the animation looks a bit dodgy, but good to know Tomino is working on it. P.S. Hope to win those Gundam kits. So, hey, there you go. You won. The new
Ask
Gundam
for it.
series, I don't know enough about it right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and not being a huge Gundam anime fan, if you were to say, well, Tomino's working on it, I would have to like go to Wikipedia or something and actually reference the other stuff he's done, because while I have seen Gundam anime, I don't know who drew it or who came up with the series or anything like that. So I'm kind of taking a wait and see attitude like I did with the past Gundam builders and whatever else. So yes, so
The wait and don't see.
the wait and possibly see. The wait and determine if other people are seeing it. That's episode 145. So 146. Ryan, you've already mentioned you're giving away a Valkyrie.
Now, this is the one that Scott kind of built.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not going to open the
Famous.
box because you'll be scared. It's kind of in real pieces.
Well, we had to kind of lay it back out to get it in
and
the
you know,
box.
Scott was working on the transformation, and let's just say whoever gets this, you're in for a lot of fun.
It's finicky, but it has to be because when you consider what it can
Yeah.
do, it's small enough, but it still moves. Like,
And if you get it, I mean, there's all the decal sheets, everything in
Oh, yeah.
here. So there is hours and hours of pleasure. But Sid, what are you going to add to the
well,
pile?
you know, I did bring on the 711 Gundam here
Mhm.
to show this whole Gundam Build Fighter stuff, and I thought it would be cruel to like bring it on the show and not actually like do anything with it, like offer it to people. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this in that box, and whoever wins the Valkyrie is also gonna win the exclusive 711
And
Gundam.
this is from Sid's own stash.
This is from my own collection, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, I picked this up in a 711 in Saitama. I think 2-3 years ago. I think this is number 1. Yeah, I think this is the first one they did the 711 collaboration. There's been like 3 or 4 of them now. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in that box.
So you're going to get a limited edition Gundam from
That's
Japan.
right.
And
That's
Scott's very own sweat
It's
is
like even more
on the
limited.
plastic.
Okay, I'll wrap this up. So keep the
just,
sweat off.
sorry, just to remind everyone, episode 146, leave your comment.
Leave your
there,
comment
yeah?
on HobbyLink TV.
HobbyLink TV.
HobbyLink.tv, not on YouTube.
Not on YouTube. Comment on YouTube, you're welcome to, but
Yeah.
if you want to be in to win,
Yeah, in it to win
HobbyLink
it.
TV.
HobbyLink TV.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, so
good.
just the usual Facebook, YouTube, friend us, like us, love
Mhm.
us,
Oh, hey.
say hi.
Speaking of friend, like, and love, there was one more comment I thought was cool.
Okay.
Prominence32
Yeah.
on HobbyLink TV says, "You never failed me. You deserve a cookie." And you know what I thought? You know, Ryan, I do deserve a cookie.
We all
So
deserve
if anybody wishes to send any baking, send it to Sid Sked, care of HobbyLink Japan.
Yeah. Find us on the internet.
That's right. I'm really hungry now, actually.
Yeah.
Next week we're gonna look at the Turn A, the HP
Yes,
Turn A.
and I'll
is
do the
coming.
transformation.
Yes, and we'll see whatever else we can get crammed into these episodes because we're running on a pretty tight schedule these days.
Absolutely.
All right, so
Yeah.
see you guys later.
See ya.